Good morning. Please be seated. The 138th annual commencement exercises at Lake Forest College in the college's 159th year will now come to order. We thank all of you, family, friends, and guests, for joining us today as we celebrate the successful completion by the class of 2016 of their academic program. The invocation will be given by the Reverend Alan C. James, Rector of the Church of the Holy Spirit. Please rise for the invocation.
Gracious and loving God, we give thanks for this day, for this graduating class, for all they have done and accomplished. But we know that there is no true individual achievement. And so we give thanks for the parents, the family, the friends, the teachers, the staff, all who have offered themselves to the enrichment and growth of this class. Bless all of us on this day. Amen.
I now call upon Dean of Students Rob Flott to introduce the senior class speaker.
Well, hello, class of 2016. Welcome to the program, friends, family. I'm delighted to introduce the senior class speaker, Khadija Hamid. She's a biology and neuroscience double major. I met Khadija shortly after she arrived to campus 4 years ago or so and had an opportunity to really be a mentor to her throughout her time at the college, grabbing a lunch, breakfast, talking about life, religion, family, school, just about everything. So I was very pleased and delighted to see her selection as the class speaker and honored to get to present her. So Khadija, please join me on the platform.
You'll never make it. My father said that to my mother the day before he left. My mother was left in a vulnerable state. She had recently moved to the United States from Pakistan, and now she was left with a newborn baby in a new country, all alone. We began from scratch. Mom, look where we're standing now. We made it. As I was growing up, I learned the art of patience, resilience, and hard work through my mother. The motivation we receive from people who believe in us can be strong enough to push us to the finish line. Today, all of us are here because although we had some people who doubted us, the people who had faith in us were stronger. All of us have faced our own share of struggles, whether they were personal, financial, or academic. We are all here today because those struggles made us better and stronger. Today is a day of appreciation to those who supported us when at times we ourselves thought we couldn't make it. Together, we embarked on a journey of 4 years, which was comprised of a lot of ups and downs. But what journey isn't? Our lives are measured in days, and our days are comprised of spikes and dips, similar to the electrical activity of our hearts measured by an EKG machine. When there are no spikes and dips and simply a flat line on the machine, that is bad news. Without those fluctuating spikes and dips, there would be no purpose of life. As freshmen, we came in with high aspirations and goals as we made promises to our families and friends of all the things that we would accomplish. We had our dips and our disappointments when we didn't make the sports teams that we tried out for, or the plays or the ensembles, or when we scored poorly on exams, or when we panicked switching majors not knowing whether that was the right decision to make or not. But we also had our spikes of accomplishments as we created new organizations, as we served on panels and committees, and as we completed rigorous seminars. I'm proud to say, class of 2016, that we successfully navigated those spikes and dips together during our time here. We overcame the sleepless nights, the tough exams and papers, the group projects, the anxiety of leadership and running organization, and the drain of balancing sports and academics. We flourished with the support we received from each other, whether it was when our RAs ran to our rescue at 2 a.m. or when we tutored each other at the Math Resource Center or Writing Center. With time, we realized that the grades that we earned were important, but they didn't represent all of the experiences we had and all the knowledge that we obtained. Every person, situation, and event taught us a crucial lesson of survival and served a purpose in helping us grow to become better leaders, thinkers, collaborators, and of course, individuals who could remain functional with less than 2 hours of sleep and several nights in a row. So while today marks the end of our journey together at Lake Forest College, it also marks the commencement of something new. I truly believe that knowledge alone isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. So today marks our ability to apply the knowledge that we have obtained to make a difference in this world. We have learned so much along the way. I would like to share 5 lessons that I have learned, and they stem from the Forrester 5 ideals of thinking with a purpose, engaging in community, embracing diversity, achieving goals, and leading the way. 1, embrace diversity. During our time at Lake Forest College, we had the privilege of meeting students from over 80 countries represented here. Getting to know people's lives is a means of enriching their lives while also enhancing our lives. So as we move on, let's continue to engage with others and remain to know them genuinely. 2, pay it forward. As freshmen, we were lost and confused souls, but with the proper guidance, we were able to carve our paths here. Many of us have already begun serving as mentors, and as we grow older and older, we will find fewer mentors. However, we will find ourselves in the position to mentor others. So let's continue to pay that leadership forward as we move on. 3, stay true to yourself. Our class was competitive in both academics and extracurriculars. However, I can proudly say that each and every one of us sitting here today are leaving our own unique legacy at Lake Forest College. Let's continue to think with a purpose and engage with our community wherever we go. 4, have confidence. Believe in yourself. Some of us know exactly where we are going after graduation, but some of us still need time to carve our paths. I truly believe that what is meant for us won't miss us, and what we miss was never meant for us. So let's take the initial steps, which are the most frightening. The steps that my mother took initially to raising me as a single parent were not easy, but if she hadn't taken those steps, I would not be standing here today. Let's continue to carry ourselves as confident foresters who are equipped with the tools necessary to face anything that comes our way. And most importantly, continue to be grateful. We are all very privileged to have obtained such a fulfilling college experience. We have so much to be grateful for: our family, our loved ones, our health, our education. So when we have a bad day, let's focus on the positive, and our days will start to become better. According to my favorite saying, everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. Today, when we return to our homes after commencement, we will feel different. Nothing will have changed, yet everything will have changed. Lake Forest will be the same with the curvy and winding roads leading to Lake Forest College at 555 North Sheridan. However, we will not be here. We will have to branch out to the next chapter of our lives while keeping our roots intact in Lake Forest College. Lake Forest College, this is not a farewell. It is an until. Until next time, when we come back as proud and accomplished alumni to give back to those who are following in our steps. And class of 2016, I wish you all the success that you have worked so hard for and truly deserve. Congratulations.
Thank you, Khadijah, for that wonderful talk. The trustees of the college have established an award for teaching excellence in campus leadership to honor a faculty member whose teaching has been recognized as excellent and who has made significant contributions to the life of the college community. I'm very pleased to present this year's recipient, Professor of History, Anna Trumbore-Jones, who will now join me at the podium. Professor Jones earned a bachelor's degree in history at the University of Chicago and a Master of Arts, Master of Philosophy, and PhD degrees from Columbia University. She joined the faculty at the college here as an assistant professor of history in 2003, and 5 years later was awarded the William L. Dunn Award for Outstanding Teaching and Scholarly Promise. Then in 2009, she received tenure and promotion to associate professor of history. Yesterday, in a unanimous vote, our Board of Trustees approved her promotion to full professor. Anna Jones has established an enviable reputation as a dynamic and highly effective teacher. In 13 years on campus, she has taught a wide range of courses from Roman history all the way to identity, body, and persecution in medieval Europe. She's also frequently taught in our first-year studies program, directed Latin tutorials, and supervised senior theses. Deeply committed to her students, she inspires their interest in history through her own passion and enthusiasm for the subject. In their evaluations of her courses, students consistently comment on the care and concern she displays for them and her commitment to helping them learn. She is described as a, quote, fantastic lecturer and professor, a wonderful teacher, one of the best professors I have ever had. And in words that would warm the heart of any historian, a recent student said that Professor Jones made me love history. An active scholar, she focuses on the social, political, and spiritual life of France in the Middle Ages, has numerous publications to her credit, and faculty at other colleges and universities enthusiastically praise her work and confirm her impact as a scholar. In the words of one recent reviewer, he said, Anna Jones is the, capital letters, the person to talk to if you want to know anything about Southern France in the Middle Ages. Right. As a campus leader, Professor Jones has set a very high standard for service to the college. For the past 3 years, she has served as chair of the history department and has repeatedly been elected to key campus governance committees. For the past 2 years, in addition, she has been a vital member of our task force on general education and graduation requirements and has played a major role in drafting the framework for a new general education curriculum. It is my great pleasure and privilege to present Professor Anna Trumbore-Jones with this year's Trustee Award for teaching excellence and campus leadership. Please join me in a round of applause. Next, graduates, guests, faculty, and staff, it is the custom of the college to recognize individuals who have distinguished themselves by their words and deeds. Our form of recognition is the conferring of honorary degrees. Those whom we honor today bring us honor by joining us on this important occasion. I now call upon Mr. William Parfit, Chairman of the Board of Trustees and a member of the class of 1970, to present the candidates for honorary degrees on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees.
Mr. President, it's my privilege to present Miss Randy Lamb Berlin for the honorary degree Doctor of Letters.
Randy Lamb Berlin, lawyer, University of Chicago Law School lecturer, dedicated advocate for classic literature and the humanities, 1975 graduate of Lake Forest College. We are honored to welcome you here today. Throughout your life, you have been devoted to discovering, reading, examining, and evaluating great literature, and you are a steadfast champion of the great books. As a Lake Forest College student in the 1970s, you majored in English, graduated magna cum laude, and were inducted into Phi Beta Kappa. In our English department, you found kinship with professors who were deeply versed in and could often recite the classics of Western literature. One in particular, Rosemary Cowler, was first your mentor and then your close friend. After college, you proceeded to graduate school in English literature at the University of Chicago and then law school at Loyola University, where you received a law degree. After practicing law for a number of years, you were invited to create a course in law and literature for Loyola Law School, which you subsequently exported to the University of Chicago Law School. There you have lectured for much of the past decade, teaching students in your words that without law, we cannot have civilization, and without literature, we cannot know other people, times in history, and cultures. Together, they are a natural conjunction of these important human concerns. As your course syllabus makes clear, the human concerns you address with students could hardly be more important or timely. They include the morality of rebellion, the morality of obedience, the conflict between spiritual values and the impersonal letter of the law, and the too frequent incomprehensibility of law itself. Through close reading of Plato, Shakespeare, Melville, Tolstoy, and Kafka, you compel future lawyers to wrestle with humanity's toughest questions. Demonstrating your commitment to literary studies at your alma mater, you and your husband, Melvin, have endowed the Randy L. and Melvin R. Berlin Fund for the Classics of Literature at Lake Forest College. The fund provides permanent support for the serious, quote, the serious sequential introduction to great literary works that the college requires English majors to experience, ensuring that students will continue to encounter those true classics decades from now. Born and raised in Chicago, you lived on the North Shore for nearly 50 years before moving back downtown to be near the music, theater, and culture that you love and support. Today, you and Melvin split your time between your city home and your retreat in Lakeside, Michigan, which has the added benefit of its proximity to South Bend, where your son Andrew owns and leads the minor league South Bend Cubs baseball team. In addition to Andrew, you have two other sons, John in Milwaukee and Roy in Winnetka, and as their families have grown, you have experienced the joys of grandparenting, and you now treasure 8 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. Randy Lamb Berlin, it is my privilege and great pleasure to welcome you back to Lake Forest College and award you the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa and admit you to the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto.
Mr. President, it is my privilege to present Ms. Dawn Turner for the honorary degree Doctor of Letters.
Dawn Turner, writer, journalist, Nieman Fellow, and Chicagoan, it is our great privilege and pleasure to honor you today. A consummate storyteller, you say that as a child in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood, you and your sister would hide under the dining room table and listen to the family yarns and gossip that your mother and aunts would tell each other. Inspired by those stories, you began to tell your own and gradually found your calling. Today, in your writing, you frequently still carry the cadence, timing, and pitch of those compelling stories you heard as a young child many years ago. When the time came to go to college, you went to the University of Illinois, where you majored in economics, minored in journalism, and received your degree. Embarking then on a career in journalism, you traveled to Florida, where you worked as a reporter for the Orlando Sentinel. Returning to Chicago, you honed your expertise at the Chicago Tribune as a columnist and also as the moderator of the insightful, widely read Exploring Race blog. In that blog, you frequently told the remarkable stories of everyday Chicagoans doing extraordinary things in their communities. You became known for exploring neighborhoods with an open mind, casting aside stereotypes, and searching for new ways to understand and talk about an important issue or group of people. You challenged all kinds of readers to question their long-held beliefs and to look for beauty in the grayscale instead of in the black and white. When you left the Tribune last year, your fellow columnist, Mary Schmeek, said, quote, "Dawn showed great courage in taking on the big issues, particularly regarding race, and she endured the inevitable attacks with grace and fortitude. Dawn's column exposed readers to ideas, people, and places they simply wouldn't have encountered otherwise." That's been your goal all along. As you traverse the nation today, speaking on college campuses and in other locations about the racial and cultural issues that still challenge our society, you look for ways to connect with audiences and inspire them to wrestle with the unfamiliar and the uncomfortable. Only if we do so in your persuasive view can we make genuine progress. You have also done this as a regular commentator on WTTW's Chicago Tonight television show and National Public Radio's Talk of the Nation program. You're the recipient of a Studs Terkel Media Award, 2 Illinois Arts Council Awards, and a National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship. You also recently completed a prestigious Nieman Foundation for Journalism Fellowship at Harvard University. Finally, ever the storyteller, you were the author of 2 novels, one of which is now being made into a movie. You live in the Chicago area with your 21-year-old daughter, Hannah Trice, and when you are not busy writing screenplays, novels, or guest columns for the Washington Post, you spend your free time cycling, swimming, reading 4 books at a time, and traveling. Dawn Turner, we warmly welcome you to Lake Forest College, award you the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa, and admit you to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto.
Mr. President, it's my privilege to present Mr. David Axelrod for the honorary degree Doctor of Laws.
David Axelrod, renowned political strategist, commentator, author, and director of the Institute of Politics at the University of Chicago, we are honored to welcome you today. Over the past several decades, you have managed media, communications, and core strategy for scores of political campaigns, prominently including President Obama's 2008 election and 2012 re-election campaigns. During the president's first term, you served in the White House as senior advisor to the president. Following his re-election in 2012, you left the administration and founded the nonpartisan Institute of Politics. In the words of the Institute, it is, quote, designed to ignite in young people a passion for politics and public service, based on your own lifelong core belief that participation is essential to a vital, healthy democracy. Today, you also serve as CNN's senior political commentator, sharing your views and analyses with TV audiences across the nation. This year, of course, you've been hampered in that role because the presidential primary campaigns so far have been so conventional, predictable, and uninteresting. Right. That's a joke. Right. Your passion for politics began when you were very young. At the age of 5, you watched then Democratic candidate for president John F. Kennedy address a crowd at a political rally in your neighborhood on Manhattan's Lower East Side. Reflecting back, you have written that the message you absorbed from Kennedy's speech was that, quote, we are the masters of our future, and politics is the means by which we shape it. That message has been your credo for many decades since. As an 18-year-old, you came to Chicago to go to college at the University of Chicago. After graduating, you then joined the Chicago Tribune as a reporter and columnist, including a stint as City Hall bureau chief. In 1984, you left the Tribune to work on the Senate campaign of Paul Simon, then an Illinois congressman, and after his successful election, you formed the Chicago-based political consulting firm of Axelrod and Associates and proceeded to lead or actively advise more than 150 local, state, and national political campaigns. Last year, you published a memoir entitled Believer, My 40 Years in Politics, which became a New York Times bestseller. In a review of the book, David Gergen, a respected Republican analyst, wrote, quote, Axelrod is not above sharp jabs and hard-nosed politics. He is, after all, from Chicago. But over the course of 40 years and 150 campaigns, he has earned a genuine reputation on both sides as one of the good guys. You live in Chicago with your wife, Susan, whom you met in college, and your dog, Mac. Your daughter, Lauren, also lives in Chicago, as does your son, Mike, his wife, Liz, and your granddaughter, Malin. Your youngest son, Ethan, now lives in California. You are a major sports fan, and in one of your greatest political feats, you have declared yourself a nonpartisan supporter of both the Cubs and the White Sox. David Axelrod, we welcome you to Lake Forest College, award you the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa, and admit you to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Please now, Dr. David Axelrod, take the podium.
Thank you, President Scott, for this wonderful honor and that generous introduction, and also for allowing me to fulfill what has been a lifelong dream, which is to play the main stage at Ravinia. Can't believe I'm standing on the same stage that Lady Gaga did just a year ago. My thanks also to Chairman Parfit and the Lake Forest College Board of Trustees, to all the honored guests, faculty, staff, parents, and of course the class of 2016. I knew before I came here this morning of the long and proud tradition of Lake Forest College as one of the great liberal arts colleges in America, but I've learned so much more in just the time I've been here, and it's written in the faces of this wonderfully diverse class and in the powerful, powerful words of Khadija in that wonderful address. Let me be the first to wish all the moms here an early Happy Mother's Day. Needless to say, none of us would be here without you. I know you're all very proud to see your sons and daughters achieve this great milestone today, and some of you may be like my mom was, a little bit amazed as well. No need to identify yourselves. You know who you are. Graduates, let me tell you, you could not have given your moms a greater gift this day. And as you begin to pay off your student loans, you'll quickly realize you'll never give her a more expensive one. But you can be sure that the usual flowers and scarves or jewelry would not have elicited the same tears that they will shed today. So let me just make clear and be politically correct. There are a lot of dads with tears in their eyes, too. And it wasn't long ago that I was one of them, sitting in ceremonies like this with moist eyes, with which I watched my own sons graduate from colleges. These passages, these watershed moments in our lives, are emotional for everyone involved. As a parent, you're filled with pride. But if you're like me, you're also wondering, what happened to that little boy I carried on my shoulders? Wasn't it just yesterday we dropped him off for freshman orientation, a wide-eyed kid filled with anxiety? Who's this confident young man striding across the stage? Where did the time go? I blinked and he was all grown up, and it tugs at your heart. It's a bittersweet day for you graduates, too. On the one hand, it's one of the great occasions in your lives, the culmination of years of effort and achievement. It's a very big deal. Take it from a guy who finished 5 incompletes and 4 courses in his final quarter of college and graduated. It was nothing short of a miracle that I actually graduated. On the other hand, it's also a day for painful goodbyes to friends, faculty, and this warm, embracing Lake Forest community. I remember my heart aching for my sons as we packed up the car and drove away, their college days receding in the rearview mirror. So it's a great day, but it's a tough day. Commencements are a beginning, but also an end. And I know, class of 2016, that as you leave here today with your newly minted degrees and friendships and experiences you'll cherish for a lifetime, as this important chapter of your life recedes into the rearview mirror, it's natural to wonder, what's next? What should I do now? What will my future be? For the first 21 or 22 years of your lives, your path was largely plotted out for you. But now it's up to you to chart your own course, which is exciting, it's exhilarating, and more than a little frightening. I know that some of you already have probably made plans. You've landed a job, which isn't always easy, or you've decided to take your education on to the next level. And either way, that's great. Good for you. Go for it, and go for it full throttle. But I'm also sure that many of you are still thinking, still searching, still wondering what that next chapter might be. And I want you to know that's okay too. You're probably getting a lot of advice to find a job that pays well or lends some sense of stability. You may be feeling a little pressure and anxiety as if you're somehow falling behind each day you wait to plot out your entire life. So here's my advice, as we used to say in New York: forget about it. Resist that pressure. Embrace the glorious fact that as you march out of here today and into the future, you are as mobile and as unfettered and free as you'll ever be to try things out, to find your passion, to chase your dreams. Don't even try to plot where you'll be in 30 years because there's no way to know. And that's truer today than ever. The changing nature of our economy over the past couple of decades means that the traditional career paths that my parents knew, the starter job, the ladder climbing, the gold watch when you retire, that path is now largely defunct. Many of you will experience multiple careers, maybe even before you're 30. Of course, you have the responsibility to yourself and someday perhaps a family to find a means of support, and the degree you've earned today will help you lead a more comfortable life. But that's no guarantee of a happy and fulfilled life. As you set out on that next chapter, I urge you to pursue your passions, to chase your dreams, to seek the things that will fill your heart and soul and not just your bank account. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's easy for you to say, man. You work for the President of the United States. You've made it. Fair point. But I guarantee you, the day I walked across that stage at my graduation, sometime back in the Pleistocene age, the last thing I imagined was that I'd ever have an office in the West Wing at the White House. I didn't have any connections or money. My father had passed away when I was in college. I was really on my own in many ways. I had no plan that would lead me to the White House or all things that experience has made possible for me. What I had was a deep interest in the world around me, in politics, in writing. So even while I was still in college, I took some time off from school and went home to New York and knocked on 75 doors until I landed a job at a little community newspaper so down on its luck that they probably would have hired any eager soul who was willing to work for $50 a week, which is what they could afford to pay. And when I returned to school in Chicago, I parlayed that into another community newspaper job and then used my mounting stack of clips to get an internship that became a full-time job at the Chicago Tribune. And that was where my real education began. As a young reporter, I was underpaid and overworked and loved every minute of it. I would have worked 25 hours a day if I could. I spent the first years of my career working around the clock, covering all manner of murder, mayhem, and maniacs, many of whom were actually elected officials. But by the mid-1980s, journalism was changing. The businessmen began to take over the newsroom. The emphasis swung from veracity to velocity, from reporting to receipts. Belt-tightening squeezed out the passion. And just then, I was presented with a new opportunity, a new career. Here's what I learned. No matter how well you think you have your life plotted out, it tends to veer towards the unexpected. So I'm not suggesting that you don't write one of those 5-year plans like you're told to. I'm just suggesting do it in pencil. I say this because right around then, a politician I greatly admired named Paul Simon asked me to join his campaign for the United States Senate. All I'd have to do was give up a great title, a steady column I'd earned, and a bright future at the Tribune. And I said yes. One of my editors told me I'd destroyed my career. My friends told me I was nuts. My mother wouldn't speak to me. And there was some virtue to that, actually, for a while. But my heart told me it was time to chase new dreams. I ended up as a campaign manager, overseeing a 20-something staff that included a young guy named Rahm Emanuel. He had a way with words, too, though not all ones I would share in a commencement speech. And together, a team of young campaign warriors helped our candidate win a victory few thought possible. We enjoyed it so much that I decided to open a campaign media firm with a friend from the Simon team named Forrest Claypool, who today is Chief Executive Officer of the Chicago Public Schools. It was an audacious idea, considering that neither of us had ever made an ad, and that as a young father, I was financially more desperate than when I was looking for my first job. My wife, Susan, and I had no money and 2 young kids, one with a severe chronic condition, epilepsy, that required frequent hospitalizations and created frequent chaos in our lives. We didn't know if we'd make it or not. But Susan encouraged me like the saint she is, and we leveraged everything we had on that crazy dream. Over time, we won some races and we won some causes, but we lost some too. I've worked for mayors and governors and congressmen and senators and even a president. I've gotten to see how politics and government work from the outside and the inside. It was an incredible journey filled with wonderful relationships and rich learning. And here's the wildest part of it, and one I never anticipated. It actually turned out to be a pretty good living, too. You see, chasing your passion doesn't necessarily mean you have to take a vow of poverty. I've worked hard all my life, but I've never called what I do a job. I've never gone to work grudgingly because I am passionate about my work. But along the way, I learned something else. As rewarding as work like that can be, it's no substitute for friendships and family and the unconditional love they bring. These are things that no job can offer. That's the second point I want to make to you. Don't get so swept up in your trajectory that you break free from your anchors. Don't focus so heavily on making a living that you forget to make a life. My career path and my family life ran up against one another in 1992 when I received a call from the campaign manager for Governor Bill Clinton, who was closing in on the Democratic nomination for president. This was back in the day when experience in public office was a prerequisite for being president. So they asked me to come to Arkansas to become the campaign's communications director, and I thought, this is the dream job. But by then, Susan and I had 3 kids, and our daughter was still struggling every single day with epilepsy. Susan would have stood by me no matter what, I think, but I knew they needed me more than Bill Clinton. And I remembered something Susan told me as I started my firm. Don't be the one who misses out on your kids growing up. Don't be that one. That recollection made the choice surprisingly easy. I said no. I said no to the job that promised a very bright future. Because when I weighed it against what was most important to me, it wasn't even a close call. The one thing that you can always count on, the only thing, is the love of your friends and your family. Whether you win or lose, rise or fall, succeed or fail, and we all fail at times. Family and friends are our home base. That's what sustains us. So even as you seek your passion, leave time and room for those precious relationships. Keep time for your family. Hold tightly to the friends you've made. They'll guide you through the next step in your journey and beyond. And when you find that balance between making a living and making a life, all of you will be very rich. No matter how much money you have in the bank, you'll be happy whether you're a public celebrity or merely one in your own circle. My parting thought, a plea really, is this. Whatever you choose to do with your life, don't withdraw from your obligations to the larger community or lose faith that each of us has the power to change the world in ways small and large. Because in the end, I believe the greatest long-term challenge that we face as a country isn't the economy or inequality. It isn't the specters of war or terrorism or climate change, as pressing as those are. It's cynicism, that disgust that turns good people away from the public square and seeds the decisions that will shape the future to caustic radio bloviators, big money, special interests, and short-sighted politicians. Robert Kennedy, who was one of my heroes, said, "The future is not a gift, it's an achievement. Every generation helps make its own future. This is the essential challenge of the present." So as you look at the world around you, don't just accept the future you get. You have the power and responsibility to help shape it. And as dispiriting as our politics can sometimes be, what I've seen in you gives me hope, because your generation refuses to succumb to that cynicism. You volunteer in more ways and higher numbers than ever before. You engage in new, exciting ways that most of us don't understand unless we have a 25-year-old assistant to explain it to us. You're anxious for us to get out of the way so you can heal our politics, our people, our planet. One of the most inspiring aspects of my journey with President Obama was the essential role young people played in his improbable election. It was people your age who built a movement house by house, block by block, town by town. It was people your age who toiled from before dawn to past midnight, worked for free, gave up good jobs to help. It was people your age who possessed an enthusiastic idealism, the likes of which I hadn't seen in American politics in 40 years. When pundits and pollsters and cynics and skeptics said Barack Obama couldn't possibly win, it was people your age who said, yes, we can. And through those efforts came health reform that has meant coverage for 20 million more Americans, essential investments that helped spawn the renewable energy industries of the future, and other steps to slow the scourge of climate change, an end to centuries of discrimination against gay and lesbian Americans, a new commitment to diplomacy as a tool of American power. It was people your age who changed the world, just as it always has been. That's why I founded the Institute of Politics at the University of Chicago, to encourage more young people to grab the wheel of history and steer. I wanted to inspire and be inspired by young people like you, committed to the world around them. It's another exciting and unexpected chapter in my life. So in closing, class of 2016, all I ask is that whatever else you do, engage in the world around you. Keep inspiring us right now, today, more than ever. Commit your hands to restoring the public faith, because before long it will be the public's faith in you. That's how you'll be measured, as graduates of this institution, as citizens of this nation, as representatives of this entire generation, by the future you make. Make us proud. Congratulations, class of 2016. I wish you all the happiness and hope in the world.
Thanks very much for that inspired and inspiring talk, David. It's now my pleasure to welcome Dan Ugasti, President of the Alumni Board and member of the Lake Forest College class of 1985, to present a charge to the class of 2016. Dan, will you please come forward?
Good morning. On behalf of thousands of Lake Forest College alumni, greetings to the class of 2016. I want to extend a special thank you to your family, your parents, your friends, and all of those who supported you during your college experience in your college years. As President Scott mentioned, my name is Dan Ugasti, and I am honored to be your Alumni Board President. Now, you may be asking, why is the Alumni Board President speaking at commencement? The answer, simply stated, is this. If you are going to walk across this stage and receive your diploma, you are about to join my ranks. And I do not mean gray-haired old man, but rather a graduate, and therefore an alumnus of one of the finest liberal arts schools in the nation, Chicago's liberal arts school, Lake Forest College. Now, some of you may already be fondly thinking about the time you spent at Lake Forest. Others, if you're like me and most of my friends after 4 years of college, are excited to move on to the next stage of your life, to find out what it has to offer and can think of nothing else. But no matter which category you fall into, I can assure you that shortly after beginning the next adventure in the journey that is your life, you will start thinking about your time at Lake Forest College and what a great time it was. Our connections to Lake Forest may vary, as is how we stay connected to Lake Forest College after graduation. My early connections involved having grown up in the community of Lake Forest, not too far from the college, and using its facilities as I was growing up that the college allowed us to use as part of the larger Lake Forest community. The names Spike Gumry and Mike Dow were already very familiar to me. Following my graduation, I married my sweetheart from Lake Forest College, with whom I have now shared 28 wonderful years. We had a daughter graduate from Lake Forest in 2013, and if that is not enough, my law partner of 16 years, with whom I have worked for over 20 years, and my friend of 30 years, also graduated Lake Forest College. We were RAs together in Deer Path Hall. We'll just stop there. Currently, I'm involved in the Alumni Board. You will choose your own connection, or possibly someone or something will help you choose it. Either way, I urge you, stay connected to Lake Forest College. Future classes will need you. We welcome you, we look forward to working with you, and we encourage you to become active in alumni programs. And just to let you know, once you've had some time away and you get started on your journey, we're expecting big things from you for the college. We are expecting big things because I know you're capable of big things. And the reason I know you're capable is I have met some of you. I've heard of the things you did while you were in college. Nina Rakovich and Cassidy Hutton, to name just a few. Or, possibly, or, it's in your DNA. It's who you are. It's in your blood. Possibly because you come from a family who has given to Lake Forest College for a very long time, such as Cameron Pilcher. Remember, you did not go through this alone. Whether you knew it or not, there were many alumni working behind the scenes to make your college experience possible for you. But for the rest of this day, forget about Dan Ugasti, the Alumni Board, and how you will stay involved in Lake Forest College in your future. Go enjoy your accomplishments and your success. Celebrate. We congratulate you and wish you the very best in your future endeavors. But when you are done with your celebration and you're ready to come back, let's say for homecoming this October 8th, we will be here. And if you need anything between now and then, please let us know. Because remember, you are a Forester forever. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Dan. And now, the candidates for the master's degree will be presented by Dr. Michael Orr, Krebs Provost and Dean of the Faculty. Diplomas will be presented by Mr. William U. Parfit, Chairman of the Board of Trustees and Class of 1970. He will be assisted by Mr. B.J. White, Registrar of the College, and Ms. Ruth Ann Bope, Associate Registrar of the College and member of the Class of 1960.
Will the candidates who have completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching please stand? Will the candidates who have completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Liberal Studies also please stand? Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching and Master of Liberal Studies, respectively. They've completed the requirements prescribed by the faculty of the college. It is our recommendation that their respective degrees be conferred upon them.
By the authority of the state of Illinois, given to the trustees of Lake Forest College and entrusted by them to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching and/or Master of Liberal Studies, as the case may be, together with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. I now invite you to this platform.
Antonio Avila. Rose Elizabeth Carl. Caitlin Mary Hurley. Constance Vera Lee. Cody Jack Plusa. Michael E. Dow. Jordan Flesh. Shauna Flesh.
And now, candidates for the bachelor's degree will be presented by Dr. Michael Orr, Krebs Provost and Dean of the Faculty. Before he does so, I want to take a moment to recognize the graduating seniors today who are the first members of their families to complete a college education. Would all seniors who are the first in your families to graduate from college please stand and be recognized? All right.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise? Mr. President, the students who are standing before you are candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. They have completed or will complete presently the academic requirements prescribed by the faculty of this college. It is the recommendation of the faculty that this degree be conferred upon each of them.
By the authority of the state of Illinois, given to the trustees of Lake Forest College and entrusted by them to me, I hereby confer upon you who have completed the requirements the degree of Bachelor of Arts, together with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereunto.
Will the candidates please be seated until your row is called to the platform? Ashley Ackerman, magna cum laude. Sandra Aguilera, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Tara Jean Arola, cum laude. Noemi Albaran. Jordan Albert. Marina Kathleen Alessi, cum laude. Joseph A. Allen, magna cum laude. Charles Alvarado. Alyssa Graciela Alvarez. Nissa Lorraine Anderson. Diana Theodora Angel. Nicholas Wynne Arthur. Brandon L. Kim Osich. Evan Osich. Charlotte Rebecca Austin, magna cum laude. Melanie Jacqueline Baca Ortiz, cum laude. Darius Wojciech Balicek. Cassandra L. Balza, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Nicholas Yulon Ferdinand Banks. J. Elliott Barber. Cynthia D. Barbosa Medina. Robert Brinton Barker. Marin Celine Barnes. Arlene Marissa Bateman. Tyler Austin Beck. Preston Carl Beckman, cum laude. Erica E. Beischen. Josephine Bellini, cum laude. Saul Bello Rojas, cum laude. Adam Samuel Bernstein. Magdalena Biedroin Mazenka. Charles Edward Black III, cum laude. Michael James Bolotnikov. Michaela Faith Boudreau. Patrick Donald Leonard Boyle. Alyssa Bregman. Natalie Lynn Bricker, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Crystal Brito. David Nicholas Bromley. Daniel Roy Brown. John Michael Brown. Ryan Joseph Brown. Anne Marie Brugioni, cum laude. Natalie D. Bruzy. Donna Dawn Buglio. Anya Barana Kanchana. Luke A. Capone. Taylor James Carlisle. Lindsay Carr. Alison Marie Carter, magna cum laude. Mitchell Ned Kaywood. Guadalupe Casares. Armel Casadepats, cum laude. Vincent Alonzo Serda. Jessica Chang, magna cum laude. Sean Kramer Brewer Chapman. Ping Shu Cheng. Sarah G. Sharon, magna cum laude. Kayla Shawn, magna cum laude. Matthew Chu. Patrick J. Clark. Sierra T. Clark, cum laude. Jordan M. Cohen, magna cum laude. Zachary Maxwell Cole. Joanna Cornea, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Crocco, cum laude. Tori Alexander Davis. Alec D'Angelo. Sarah Dahan. Margaret Elizabeth DeVries. Madison M. Dielman, cum laude. Kyle Deep. Pulkit Divan, cum laude. Audrey Nicole Dukic. Brian Marshall Donahue. Davinia Cordette Doss. Grace Michaeline Dowling. Alexandra Dunn. Jeremiah Allen Erzin. Nicholas Escanilla, cum laude. Denise Michelle Esquivel. Bailey Lynn Everhart. Jeanette Fonseca. Catherine Lee Friedholm. Samuel David Froiland, magna cum laude. Kimiko Jane Fujioka Guglielmo. Christina Elizabeth Gandy. Jessica Lisbeth Garcia. Julia Garcia. Talia Garcia Gulvan. Daniela Garcia Limon. Ashley Garver, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Jasmine Holasio. Adriana Michelle Janelli. Amanda Christine Gibbs, magna cum laude. Travis Gibbs. Kirk Edmund Gilbert. Lisette Daisy Gonzalez. cum laude. Brittany A. Gora, cum laude. Courtney Ann Gora, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Molly Renee Gottfried. Rachel Elizabeth Granberg, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Michelle Rose Greenway, cum laude. Andrew Scott Greenwood. Kimberly Grover. Stanba Galtson. Hala Hapterwald, cum laude. Caleb Manuel Hagan. Izzy Decker Hall, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Khadija Hamed, magna cum laude. Dylan Wesley Hartman. Ala Hashemi Harare. Heather Heitcutter, cum laude. Taylor Elizabeth Henderson. Nicholas T. Hengels Chin. Jenny Sarah Henham, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Luz Denise Herrera. Michael J. Herragus, Jr., summa cum laude. Michael K. Hilliard. Samantha Marie Hillis. Brianne Honda. Fatima Huda, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Hayden Reed Hoschauer. Linlin Huang, magna cum laude. Kayla A. Huber, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Rachel Michelle Hussar. Cassidy Hutton. Janelle Elizabeth Irons. Yusuf Ismail. Kani Ivanov. Jotis James, cum laude. Chase Dennis Jaina, magna cum laude. Christian Jarvis. Autumn Kayla Jennings. Fiona Haley Jessup. Caitlin Jockson. Mina Jose. Christian A. Julerat, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Jacob A. Julerat, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Nikita Kalinowski, cum laude. Tyler Matthew Kaplan, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Caitlin Renee Casper, cum laude. Roman Joseph Keating III, magna cum laude. Hyungbin Kim, cum laude. Jordan D. Kindle, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth King. Natalie Rose Clutho, cum laude. Katie Jo Koenig. Ross Thomas Kepp. Christopher Lynn Korth, cum laude. John Joseph Coles, cum laude. Jan Krasowski, magna cum laude. Sarah Kuchar, cum laude. Elikem Kenneth Yao Queevy, cum laude. Reshma Ann Kurian. Benjamin J. Labashin. Elizabeth Lakeman, cum laude. Nana Yao Labi Tieku. Rachel Jacqueline Lasnowski. David LeBreton. Lisa Ann Ledvora, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Rachel Gabrielle Lertzman, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Holly Lesperance. Michael Letizia. Estelle Edwards Lewis. Laurel Alexis Lindberg. Natalie H. Litursky. Jiaming Liu, cum laude. Sibella Marie Loeb. Christian Lopez. Luis Daniel Lopez. Yulia Lashjun, cum laude. Jenna Mary Maidley. Joseph Allen Melu. Brianna Rose Makowski, magna cum laude. Maggie Manoyan. Marissa Del Jo Matsanares. Morgan Nicolette Marshall, cum laude. Grayson Fox Martin. Elizabeth Martinez. Marlin Martinez. Balin Martinez Caro Aguado, cum laude. Josephine Richard Masandika, cum laude. Scott W. Mason. Brittany L. McCrae. Cassandra Lee McCrae, cum laude. Chelsea McDonald, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Hannah Elizabeth McLean, cum laude. Tashina Tamara McNeil. Gillian Renee McSpirit. Nilsa N. Mejira. Nicole Christine Mendez, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Melissa Mendoza. Samuel Aaron Macia, cum laude. Spencer G. Michaud, cum laude. Samantha J. Malecki, cum laude. Eric Christopher Millichamp, magna cum laude. Shannon Michelle Morlock. Cassandra R. Morfin. Themis James Marikis. Maribel Munoz, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Sara Di Celine Murillo. Sally Nahas, cum laude. Maria Marcine Naumann, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Yasmin Navarro. Emily N. Neve. Win Huang Ein, magna cum laude. Noah H. Norton. Kelly Marie Nugent. Crystal O'Gorman. Estefania Ornelas. Trixie Vanessa Orozco. Ruby Vaca Ortiz. Nicole A. Ostro. Andrew Vogel Palmer. Melissa Ann Paluch. John Gregory Palutsis. Catherine Papas, cum laude. Yuri Parasuk, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Simone B. Parker, cum laude. Alexa Marie Palmley. Natalie Pattison, cum laude. Patrick John Peckham. Robert John Pennell. Ekaterina Perezhogina, cum laude. Katie Elizabeth Perry. Yulia Peshin. Sophia Madeline Phillips. Ian Kipring Pushell, cum laude. Cameron M. Pilcher, magna cum laude. Tana Victoria Pinkard, cum laude. Leo Podolsky, magna cum laude. Andrea Jeanette Pulido. Dominic Spencer Puller. Ricky Qualia, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Emily Francis Rabin. Nina Radakovich, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Dashanti Ketana Ramakrishnan. Christopher Donald Rantis, cum laude. Michael Aristotle Rantis. Peter Charles Rantis. Devon Darius Adriel Reed, cum laude. Jason Roos. Stephanie K. Roos. Anderson Thomas Rice. Abigail L. Richardson. Vaughn Jeanette Richardson. Michelle Bourbon Ricolco. L. Marie Rivard. Kiki Leah Roberts, magna cum laude. Jesse Roker. David Rodriguez. Elizabeth Rodriguez Bedoya. Myra Rodriguez Bedoya. Roxmara Rodriguez. Veronica Rodriguez. Ellen Suzanne Rogers, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Alexandra Nicole Roman, magna cum laude. Alexis Reina Rosnova, cum laude. Edward Nils Rosequist II. Walter Frederick Roth. Stephen P. Ruggiero, Jr. Maria G. Ruiz, cum laude. Jennifer Salgado Bentz. Hannah Deborah Samberg, cum laude. Cesar Pedro Sandoval. Kyle L. Sands. Erica Santoyo. Ian McCabe Shapey. Madeline Dina Schmidt. Anna Kim Schoen. Stephanie Elaine Scholl, magna cum laude. William Edward Sieber. Nermin Sherhitch. Judson Sieber. Harrison Charles Siegel. Austin J. Severson. Arsh Ketan Shah. Ismail M. Sharafuddin, cum laude. Adam Sharley. Edward Clinton O'Neill Shivers, cum laude. Elizabeth C. Schuder. Kristina Simeonovich, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Irving John Snyder IV, cum laude. Kendall Alice Solon. Megan Pearl Sordell, magna cum laude. Dylan S. Sperry. Tyrone Felton Staggers. Alexandria Page Stensland, magna cum laude. Jenna Nicole Stillwell. Jordan Bark Stoller. Kathleen Carolyn Stralka, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Sarah Jenna Strampel. Stephanie Marie Stulatz. Peyton Elizabeth Sukenik. Erin M. Sully, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Deirdre Elise Surrey, cum laude. Mary Samantha Tapaina. Brianna Alexis Tart. Austin Terry. Rahul Bikram Thakuri, cum laude. Jeanette Toms. Kirsty Thompson. Raul Jose Torres Allende, cum laude. April Marie Tosado. Ling Ti Tui Tran. Blanca Jessica Trujillo. Gabriel Richard Trujillo. Alyssa Karen Tunison. Jaime Angel Turcios Carcamo. Olivier Twajira Christou. Trevor Joseph Vakela. Sonny Valsin. Christine Claire Valicenti. Austin Drake Van Meter. Justin A. Vandermeer. Sharon Susan Verghese. Karina Vega. Miriam Vega. George Kyriakos Vidas, cum laude. Michelle Cuchola Verley. Salvatore Viverita, cum laude. Evan Vogel. Wen Tien Wang, cum laude. Brenda Watrock, cum laude. Madeline Weber. Benjamin Maxwell Weiss. Christina Cynthia Wenson. Robert Matthew Wiener. Anna Rose Wigman. Alexa R. Williams, cum laude. Desiree J. Williams. Jamie Williams. Lara Carol Winkler. Siobhan Tara Wojek. Yumika Wong. Allegra Marie Wozniak, magna cum laude. Katie Bridget Wright, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Edward Hubbard Yonkers, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Nicole G. Zdravkova. Yu Qing Ju, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Keel William Zorno. Luis Mason Zuniga, cum laude. Lee Zwicky. Nicole Zygmunt, cum laude.
I'd like to ask the graduates to please stand. And if you would, just one quick second. So there I have a selfie with the class of 2016 in the entrepreneurial spirit of the college. I'll be selling copies of that after the ceremony here in a moment. It's really quite amazing. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years since you all arrived on campus and really have left your mark in a number of ways. You've left your mark on me, you've left your mark at the college, on each other, and going forward on the world. You sometimes have challenged me. Some of you challenged me more than others. Some of you kept me up at night, but for the most part, overall, you've been an amazing class, one that I'm very proud of going forward. So I'd like to ask the class of 2016, are you ready to change your status from that of undergraduate to that of graduate of Lake Forest College? I couldn't quite hear you. Are you ready to change your status from that of undergrad to graduate of Lake Forest College? Well then, members of the class of 2016, you may now move your tassel on your cap to the left to signify that you are now a graduate of Lake Forest College. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2016. I now ask the graduates to acknowledge with a round of applause those who have helped you, family, friends, and mentors to achieve this accomplishment. Okay, graduates, please be seated.
Thanks very much, Dean Flott. Could I borrow your camera? The singing of the alma mater will be led by April Tasado Pagan, a member of the class of 2016, who is graduating with a major in music and a minor in music education. April, will you please come forward? Following the alma mater, please remain standing for the benediction. And then after the benediction, we ask that the audience be seated until the platform party, trustees, faculty, and graduates have recessed. Now, will the audience, everyone, please stand.
Almighty God, giver of every good gift, creator of all that we see, we give thanks that no matter where we go, you walk with us. And so as the members of this graduating class begin a new chapter in their life, and as we go our separate ways, may you bless and keep us. May you make your face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May you lift up your countenance upon us and grant us peace. Amen.